I cannot believe that these leaks ended up being correct. I got a lot of blowback when I posted the leaks to the ending of Game of Thrones, and I warned everyone before I showed it. So now I want to go through and show you which leaks were correct and which weren't. And I'm sorry to say it, I didn't want these leaks to be right myself, but they were. Let me show you what I mean. So this is the Reddit article that I pulled those, leaks from, as you saw. Cersei and Jaime are holding each other when they die. We just saw that happen. Revised that Dany does die. We don't know yet. That's next episode. Only one dragon left, something to do with the Scorpion Needle. They were right. This is from 11 months ago, by the way. Undead are dealt with in the first 3 episodes. Yep. Cersei makes a meat shield of all the innocent people to stop them from coming in. Dragon blasts through all the people. We didn't believe this. See, when these leaks came out, we didn't believe them. They sat there and everybody looked at them like, this would never happen. Arya is useless. Pretty much sums up what happened tonight. Scene with a horse ripped in half by a dragon. It probably happened, for God's sakes. I don't even know. I'm literally like, I don't know what to think about what I just saw. Cersei is watching the dragon coming in, and Qyburn suggests that they should leave. Exactly what happened. Cersei flashbacks where she blew something up in the city when the dragon is blowing things up. I don't think that happened, but then again, with the green dragon fire exploding under the city, it could have, somebody could have just pictured it that way, I guess. Hound and his brother fight. They both end up dying in fire by falling in. Go look at my video from 5 days ago. It's got like 300,000 views. I said this then. Back then, I showed you. Before it happened, these leaks were right. I can't believe it, dude. I'm sorry. I just can't believe it. Cersei goes into the chamber where you first see the catapult things. That's where the dragons are. That's where Cersei and Jaime just died, man. Minutes ago. Jaime shows up and they hold each other as everything crumbles. It's the literal end of it. They were correct. Dragon enters the throne room and, messes stuff up and melts the Iron Throne. I'm sorry to say, we're probably going to see that next week. So then from 10 months ago, the Mountain kills Missandei by beheading. That was wrong. No, that was correct. What am I talking? I was thinking about, not Missandei. I was thinking, when I read it, I was thinking about the Red Woman. No, that's correct. Jon Snow finally sees Arya after they get to the throne room. After Cersei and Jaime die, he finally sees her. We haven't seen that yet. That could happen. They have these shards they're using to kill everything undead. That's talking about earlier in the season. Undead dragon trying to kill people when it breathes fire. The flames are coming out of its neck because it's been hurt. He thinks Jon Snow kills the dragon. Daenerys' speech infuriates people, and Tyrion tries to resign his hand of the queen and throws the pen on the ground. Betcha that's coming up. Daenerys dies. They believe Jon to be the one to stab her in the throne room, and as she's dying, she goes to touch the throne. The presumably last dragon flies away with her body. Everyone who's read this paragraph says, no way it could happen. I believe it now. This was from 5 months ago. They nailed a lot in episode 3, so this is not fake, but they had to offer little for upcoming episodes. It is once again likely Dany is killed by Jon Snow. They heard by word of mouth that Dany died from a friend on another set, but all accounts point to Dany dying. We know she has to now. Literally, there's no way she doesn't. She's just destroyed all of King's Landing. I honestly cannot believe this. Look, here's my point, guys. I think that the showrunners are bad at writing. That's what I think's going on here. So I think the first 4 seasons, 5 seasons, whatever it was, first 4, we got they focused on foreshadowing. Remember in the first season when the army from the north is riding up to take a city, and the Lannisters are there, and remember those 2 Lannisters are out front, Lannister soldiers, and one of them's trying to scare the other one, right? And he's like, oh, whatever. And he's like, no, look. And the army comes in. What did the camera do? The camera didn't show the battle. It drew away from the battle. Because in earlier episodes of Game of Thrones, they cared more about foreshadowing. They cared more about the small things. That's what made us love the show. I think the reason we're getting really upset about this is because instead, now that D&D are making all these decisions, they're wanting big cinematics. They're wanting like all the violence and gore. We just saw a lot of violence and gore. That's just like the most violence and gore we've ever seen. When normally in Game of Thrones, violence and gore is given to us in very small doses, and it's led up to and it's plotted out. You know what I said the whole episode? I just said, I'm looking at Rachel and I'm saying, I don't understand how Dany turned evil. I don't understand how Dany snapped. Because, like, it's almost like Dany just snapped. Daenerys just freaking snapped. But normal Game of Thrones would have led us up through very good writing so that when Dany snaps, we're all like, oh my God, I didn't even see that coming. But this, she just snaps. It's like they didn't give us, it's almost like they just, it's like we're missing 3 seasons. It's like there should be 3 seasons leading up to what we just saw that are just not there. Why would the most successful television show in the history of the world not want to make the money, not want to deal with doing more seasons so they could actually show us this and us have seen everything that leads to it? I'm going to shut up now because I'm not editing this video. Originally, I referred to an industry forum, so let's see which is right and which is wrong. Euron's fleet takes down Rhaegal. Yep. Jaime betrays the North. Yep. Missandei is captured. Yep. Dany's army captures Jaime. Yep. Brienne tries to talk to him, but he refuses. Yep. Sansa tells Tyrion about Jon's lineage. Yep. Tyrion tells Varys. Varys betrays Dany because she thinks Jon will be a better ruler. Cersei has Missandei executed. This is all yeps. That's why I'm not saying yep. The leaks got all of this right. Tyrion begs her to show mercy, but she refuses. Tyrion frees Jaime. I'm going to go through them quicker now. Jaime makes it to Cersei. They die together. Dany is executing everybody in King's Landing. Dany and Tyrion are arrested to be executed for freeing Jaime. Dany has Tyrion arrested. So basically, every one of the leaks is true, but that hasn't happened yet. How much you want to bet that's coming up? Tyrion tries to convince Jon that his family will never be safe because his lineage makes him a threat to Dany's rule. Jon tries to talk to Dany, but she justifies her actions. Jon tries to talk to Dany. Oh, this is it. So all the other stuff was correct leading up to this. So I'm saying this is most likely right. Jon pledges himself to Dany and then stabs her and surrenders. A council's formed to decide who the king should be. Tyrion gives a speech. Everybody votes on Bran. The end. In the epilogue, Jon takes the black again for killing Dany. That doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, though. That could have been... You know how they filmed 2 things? They filmed 2 endings for Jon, 2 for Dany. They filmed 2 things so that if it got leaked out, nobody would know, right? From the Q&A, Jaime fights Euron. Euron dies. Tyrion is arrested, put on trial, not just killed. Jon definitely takes the black and returns north. How can they say that? Seems King... Because why would they have the whole point of the... They don't even need him now. There's nothing north to defend from. Unless there's a Night King still. Seems King Bran has a part in that decision. That makes no sense. Jaime shows up to get Cersei out of the city. She has a speech about just wanting the baby to survive. Jaime says the baby never mattered, just them, and that's when they die together. Bam. Bam. And these leaks are from... Okay, I want to see when these leaks are from. Let me just make sure. Okay, so these are the... When's it uploaded? 3 days ago. Oh, okay, so he uploaded this more recently. Okay. A council gets formed to decide who the king should be. Tyrion gives a speech. Everybody votes on Bran to be king. The end. Okay, we read that. Q&A from on May 11th, now deleted. So this is the deleted one. Was wrong about Jaime's betrayal. Scenes were out of order. No sounds. So seemed the scene with Brienne was a betrayal. Seems Jaime meanders down now. See, a lot of the Jaime stuff, like him getting captured on the way to King's Landing, happens next episode. Well, actually, all the Jaime stuff since he dies. The Lannisters aren't burned alive, just building collapses. Heavy dialogue with Cersei, Jon killing Dany. I don't know, man. I don't even want to read the rest. On Jon taking the black, this is the last thing I'm going to read because it just doesn't make sense. I'm really unclear about why Jon takes the black, but it seems more like he makes the decision himself or that he makes the decision in conjunction with other people. Doesn't seem like he's forced to do it, or at least not that he's doing it against his will. He's pretty defeated after killing Dany. I don't know 100% about Jon's epilogue. He's just not going to go north to just retire out in the wild. He's definitely related to the Night's Watch. Taking the black is what makes him no longer a legitimate heir to the throne. That doesn't make sense, man. If that happens, I'm not even going to... I keep saying that, though, in all these videos. These are the Freaky leaks from 7 months ago. Freaky nailed 801 for scene, was wrong on who killed the Night King and how many episodes Jamie appeared in. But he's repeatedly been an excellent source. The treason betrayal scene will be revealed with 5 characters involved: Jon, Sansa, Dany, Arya, and Tyrion. Tyrion has a trial in the Dragon Pit. It's the most important plot twist. It took 5 days to film. Jon and Dany weren't there. He's supposed to die. Most shocking, most important part of the plot twist in the season. This part is a bittersweet ending. He doesn't know what Tyrion did to put him trial. It was filmed by Wolf Unit, which does all the Stark and Northern scenes in Belfast. Dragon Unit does all the Southern and Daenerys scenes. Fake action scene between Unsullied and Lannister soldiers in the Dragon Pit is misdirection, meant to deceive us. And the action scenes were never filmed. No stuntmen, green screens, props, or walker extras. It is an intimate and clean scene. There will be some snow, but most has melted, meaning winter is over when Tyrion is being judged. No, it could just be that because snow just started falling on King's Landing, that it's happening right after this episode. Sir Davos is not wearing the hand of the Kingpin and overseeing the trial alongside Sansa. Tarly will be there and becomes Bran's best friend. Brienne of Tarth will be there, and even Robin Arryn. Grey Worm too. 2 new characters will be there: golden clothes from Dorne and an older, short, bearded one dressed in green. A few days later, a fan translation said that Freaky confirmed Yara was filmed there. Bran Stark will use a Jedi mind trick, take us back to the first season. Tyrion will say the people of King Landing deserved it, full of anger, resentment, because he saved them, and there's no one in King's Landing now, so that can't be right. Does not know how Tyrion dies. His death was filmed in studio. Gendry and Jaime did not film these scenes. Jaime will die around episode 5, not 4, based on contract pay. Kit Harington's body double went to Seville and did... Okay. Anyway, a lot of the information that I read to you. I recorded a video last week after episode 4, and... I'm sorry, after episode 3. It came true. Anyway, it doesn't matter what the ending is now. I want to talk about what I just saw a little bit, and I'm going to do an edited video, an in-depth edited video on this, but it's going to take me hours, so you won't see that till tomorrow. So here's what I think about everything I just saw in this episode. Okay, basically, I got 2 ways of feeling about everything. The first way, it's almost like at the beginning of the episode, I said, and I remember saying, it's almost like this is old Game of Thrones, you know? They were focusing on dialogue that was key to what was going on, but they were making it, the characters were speaking like we knew them to speak. You know, they were talking like their old selves. And as I watched, I got into it. But the problems that I have is that Clegane Bowl almost seemed like fan service. It seemed like I was watching a Star Wars movie and like it was fan service, okay? I shouldn't have freaking had to watch Clegane. I literally didn't want to. I was sitting there like, oh, I can't look at this. Watching the Hound get beat over and over and over again. For what? Then he stabs his brother through the head. We know that zombies and Night Kings and stuff... I'm about to start cursing. I try not to curse on this channel. Zombies and Night Kings... Zombies and freaking Night Kings die if you stab their brain, if you stab them in the head. How is Clegane, just because he was reanimated by Qyburn, get a freaking dagger in his face and not die? Although I'm starting to cope with it a little bit, okay? Pretty cool stuff, I guess. But anyway. Then, one of the best things, though, when Qyburn got choked and slammed up against the wall, that was the shit, man. That was the shit. Problems, though... I don't understand. I'm just going to skip everything else because honestly, how I felt with the entire last season is that we've got this long, awesome show, and then the last season feels like it's skipping a lot of stuff. Normally, we would, like I said earlier, we would get a build-up to certain things, but it wouldn't be obvious, and then we'd get hit with those things. You get me? Dany going crazy. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Dany gave it away. Why? Can we not have motivation? Normally when a character, in Game of Thrones, when a character does something, like Littlefinger or something in the beginning, we at least get clued into the lead up, the motivation, the why. You get me? So that we kind of are like, oh snap, man, that's a big twist. That's big. That's awesome. This is not a twist. This is a complete shocker. Everything we've watched led up to Danny getting in past the front of the, you know, for one, they did. But now we know why they killed the other dragon. They killed the other dragon because they wanted us to feel like Danny couldn't have, you know, swooped in and done this one-sided fight. It's impossible to do a one-sided fight with one dragon. The only reason why they killed the dragon, so we could just honestly in our heads go ahead and act like the other dragon didn't die. That's just me doing what I want to do, actually. Did you understand where I'm coming from? I'm going to stop rambling. I've been going on for 15 minutes. This video is going on too long. You're going to have to give me some time to process this. I'm going to do a full edited video on it and upload it. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to go live. I want to see what you guys think. I'm going live. Thanks for watching. I'm UNIRock. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button. I appreciate you very much. Thanks. I'm still coping here, okay? Give me a few days.